I'm Scotty. You're not. Welcome back to Sequel-A-Thon 3. Yes, so you can see there's been some rearrangement in the back. We have a shelf back there again. And so, Hollow Man 2 is the next movie on the list. I don't know if we're able to see it all the way all the time, but yes. Interesting. This was not originally on my list that I put together at all. I ordered this after I watched the first one. So, well, I gotta get the second one, right? I ordered the first one before this. I ordered the first one with the other ones that I watched that weekend that I've ordered. Not all of them, but most of them. Let's see. Top of my head. Let's see. Seven of them. 7 of the 13 that I did. Or I think I did 13. I think. I know. 7 of the ones that I did. I ordered them. Did I count? Whatever. So, yeah. But I haven't gotten the first Hollow Man yet. It hasn't arrived. It's still in the mail. Despite the fact that it was in the same place yesterday as a package I got today. That one didn't move. This one did. So, I don't know. It's stupid. So, I have Hollow Man 2. But not Hollow Man yet. Although, of course, I've seen it in the review. And this is what you call a standalone sequel to the first one that takes elements from the Invisible Man. Like, the main character's last name is Griffin. When the movie starts, he's already invisible, and they explain it later in the film. He's out, you know, causing havoc, already invisible when the movie starts. So, yes, he's played by Christian Slater, and it feels like they were trying to get a bigger name actor, like Kevin Bacon. You know, was big in the last one. So who else can we get? Christian Slater, he's kind of big, you know, at this point. So, he's in there. Peter Facinelli, as you know, is Dr. Cullen from Twilight. Or maybe Maxwell Lord from the first season of Supergirl. A character that was set up to do something in season 2. But didn't do shit because they changed from California to Vancouver. And the actor said, I ain't going there. So they just never brought that up again. They just never came back to that cliffhanger at the end of season 1. So they could just recast the role and but no, they just never went back to it. So Griffin is after this scientist named Maggie, and we don't know why at first. And she is watched by these 2 detectives. One of them, who's played by Peter Facinelli, his name is Frank, which is another non-Invisible Man novel and story, because that was his brother's name was Frank. His name is Frank Turner. And, you know, the first half of this movie is fine. I had some issues with it. But then once you get the second half, it's like, what is even going on here? The effects, of course, are not as good. I mean, the effects before were 2000s effects, but basically late 90s effects because it was year 2000. But they were, well, obviously, Paul Verhoeven did not come back to direct this. It's someone else directing this, and like this serum even works differently. They say it's the same stuff that turns him invisible. They say it's like the same project. But here, the reason why Griffin is going after is because he needs what's called a buffer that was designed to stop. Apparently, he's in pain, and light hurts him. Something. It's a completely different problem than they had in the original. And I don't understand it. There wasn't a problem in the original. The light hurting them. I don't remember that being a problem in the original. Christian Slater, for what we get to hear and see from him, he's pretty good in the role, you know. But he's already lost it. And unfortunately, I feel this goes in a very cliche way when they reveal what really happened with him. Because, okay, so it's revealed that Griffin was a test subject for the serum. It's revealed that he's actually the third test subject. They reference Sebastian Kane from the first film, Kevin Bacon's character. There's another character named Ludlow, who I don't know who the actor is because he's invisible already. And you think he would have died, according to what they were saying. But anyway. And apparently, this, it went wrong. She gave him the buffer, but it didn't work, and he died, supposedly. But of course, he's not dead because the buffer was fake. Because, here's where we get to the cliche. Guy working for the government wants to use him as an invisible agent and go around and doing missions. And I just went, really? This is the backstory you went with? This is... It's so cliche. It's so... Okay, government project is doing something. Oh, we're going to use it for our own secret means. Like, I don't remember why they were doing it in the first film. But I thought maybe there was a hint. I mean, that's what the government wanted to do. But this feels like, oh, this general guy, this guy, this bishop, and whoever else was behind it all, he saw what happened with Kane, and gotta be Kane, and wanted to use that. Oh, we could use that, you know. Which is why they had to make the serum different for that thing, because, oh, they wouldn't want to use, you know, because they become more unstable when they're invisible. But here, oh, the bad side effect is the light hurts them because it goes through their skin, I guess. I don't know. It's complicated. To complicate things further, our hero, Frank Turner, he's well-meaning. He's meant to sort of a love interest to Maggie, who, by the way, is the wife who dies in dead silence. Yeah. Is her name on the thing? Too far away, I can't read it. Lauren Regan? Her sister, Heather, is played by an actress I've seen before in Supernatural. She was Lily. And All Hell Breaks Loose, Part 1. The first part of the 2-part Season 2 finale. Yeah. Also, we have Nolan Jared Funk, who I know from Spectacular. He was in Smallville and many other things. And he's in this scene that is not needed through the film, other than to give us our tits quota for the film. He and his girlfriend are recording themselves. They're going to make a sex tape. Using night vision for some reason, even though the room is pretty well lit. They're using night vision because we got to have Griffin going back and forth. And this scene just goes on forever. So the whole thing is that the cops are watching Maggie's house, right? This is the first half of the film, right? You have Turner outside. His partner is standing outside the door, okay? And so there's this whole scene going on. And it's established that Griffin is after her. So we take a whole side, like 10 minutes for this scene that doesn't really go anywhere. Because he doesn't kill them. He just scares them and then disappears. What was the point? Well, to add tits to the film and kind of run the runtime out to the 90 minutes we need. Basically. Don't get me wrong, she has nice tits. Don't get me wrong, but what's the point? And this scene, I am not against having tits in films. That's fine. If done right. If it's needed. In the first film, the whole thing with the tits and the sex and everything, it was a part of Sebastian Cain's character, you know. It was a part of, you know, thankfully they strayed away from the sexual abuse like in the first one, but I just feel like oh, they had some of that in the last one, so let's get in here, and it's just wastes time. Because all it amounts to is that she's, well, I don't know if I want to do this. He's like, come on, baby, come on. He's, well, I don't know, and she's like, he's like, come on, that's it, come on, and she takes it off, and she's like, there, your turn. So he's like, really getting going, take the shirt off, take the pants. She's like, oh, slow down, and then they see something come through the screen, but like, she's like, someone here. What? No. He's like, I swear I saw someone there. And it's like, okay. And like, as soon as I saw that they had the night vision on, which is weird because the lights are still on in the room. I don't know. But it's a waste of time. But again, now with Turner, okay. He starts off as sort of a love interest for her. He's protecting her. He's watching over her. His partner gets killed, so he's out for revenge. And then all of a sudden, for some reason that I don't really know, so he's like a fugitive. And I don't understand why. I don't think I missed anything. Griffin kidnaps Heather, Maggie's sister, tells her to meet at the bus depot thing, right? So Frank goes with her to watch over her. And she gets pulled into this department store and he doesn't see it. Although no one seems to see a woman being dragged by an invisible force like at all. There's a point after this where she's like, help me. And she's getting pulled away and no one does anything like, what's wrong? No one says anything. People walking by. No one's saying, what's wrong with that lady? No, nothing. But all of a sudden he's standing there and it comes across the TV that Frank is wanted and he's armed and dangerous. And I'm like, well, he's a cop. Why is he, like, I think maybe the guy in charge of the program did this so that Frank wouldn't be able to get Griffin. But it's completely fucking stupid. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, it's just to have more scenes of stupid-ass cops, stupid-ass security guards, excuse me. And he's like, I'm a detective. I'm a cop. And they're just like, put the gun down. I'm a cop. Put it down. Okay. Put it down slowly. And then he starts shooting, runs off, and he's forced because Griffin was going to inject Maggie with a serum to turn her invisible. And of course, when she was able to run away, he dropped the syringe. So, when Frank is forced to run back into that same store, he finds it, and of course, he uses it to become invisible, which leads to a stupid-ass kill, where he confronts the guy in charge, and the guy just keeps backing up into traffic, gets hit by a car, hit by a truck, and that's fine. But the effect, he just like, you get hit with the truck, and he disappears. You get hit by a truck, and the glass is splat with a little blood on it, and it's like, you didn't even show anything. Like there was some decent gore in the last one, but there was nothing. It hits him, he disappears. Like, it's not even like he bursts into pieces. It's just like, it's like this. It's like this is the busted hip. Like, it just, and he's gone. Like, it's nothing. It makes no sense. So now, Frank is invisible, and Frank eventually tracks down Griffin, and Griffin's once again trying to get his cure. So she injects him. She goes to inject him with something. He doesn't believe her, and he injects her with it, and nothing happens. Remember that. And then so he injects himself with it, and so Frank shows up and knocks him out a window, which he survives. Somehow, he falls out of the fucking window and he survives. How? He's invisible, not invincible. What the? I'm like, you see the window break? Bad CGI. and you hear the noise. I'm like, okay, he's dead. No, he's still alive. And they do this effect where they're fighting in the rain so you can see them, which I don't know what would happen because invisibility is about light, not rain. But anyway, so yeah, I think in the rain, and then when it looks like it looks like Griffin has, the advantage. He starts to cringe in pain, and he's like, "What'd you do?" She's like, "I injected you with rat poison." And he starts to become visible again. And I'm like, wait, how does that make him visible? And she's like, well, you're going to die. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't get why he's turning invisible again. Like, she doesn't say that it was laced with something to turn invisible. He's turning invisible for no reason. Like, did we establish when you die that you turn visible again in the last one? This is a different serum anyway, so it's never really established in this one either. He just starts to turn visible. Like, I think he kills Ludlow earlier, and I don't remember him turning visible again unless I didn't see it. Because there's no actor credited for Ludlow. I looked. So I don't know. But then she starts to feel the effects of the poison she injected herself. The problem is, they don't show her having any effects till after he's already showing effects. But she injected herself first. But you can't show her having the effects first because it would ruin the surprise that it's poison. So, he has to show effects first, even though that's not how it would work, because she was injected first. But, yeah. And he's all starting to crust over, and skin's getting all messed up. She's just got a bloody nose. Yeah. And so Griffin dies. She's taken to the hospital, and then they set up for a possible sequel by saying there's no sign of Frank. And she's like, it's okay. He'll come for me. He has to. I know he will. And then you cut outside, and you see that where he's got the hoodie on, which Griffin does wear, but like not with the bandages on his face though. But he has this, they try to copy the skin mask thing from the first one, and it's not as good. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a middle of the road. It's not completely terrible, but it's, I would say, actually, you know what? I'm gonna give it not worth your time, because when there are some good points in it, now it's a middle of the road. It's a middle of the road. It's a middle of the road because there are some good stuff in the first half, like tits. Even though it's unnecessary, but there's some good stuff in the first half, and then it just kind of goes downhill the rest of the way. So I would just watch the first one. I want to kind of put it in between, not worth your time in middle of the road, because I would just say just watch the first one. Don't worry about this. But if you watch the first one and are curious about it, check it out. You might enjoy it. Who knows? But yeah, so that's that. So what are your thoughts on Hollow Man 2? Leave a comment below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.